Welcome everyone. We're going to do an exercise called If I Were Prime Minister. Viljar, can you start?
Yeah, sure. Okay, where I come from? Everyone is welcome, regardless of nationality. And if I was Prime Minister, that's what I'd stand for.
Breaking news, a large explosion has gone off in the center of the city.
We will suspend activities until we get some more information, okay?
I'm from Oslo PD. You heard about the bomb in the city?
Yes.
I've been sent to secure the island. Actually, can I see your ID? Yeah, sure.
This terrorist was called an alt-right extremist. That subject is very timely now in the United States and elsewhere. Now, when obviously you brought your own baggage to this subject matter. So when Paul Greengrass says to you, I want you to play the parents of this young boy whose life was shattered. He was shot 5 times, he nearly died, he was blinded in one eye. You could have thought of it as something that might have been a bit exploitive. Tell me what went through each of your thought processes when you decided to be part of this.
Well, I'm just so proud and so honored to be in this film. It's a really important film for the audience to see. And I'm so happy it's done in English, so it can, and Netflix is doing it because a lot of people can see it. Because this is the most important thing is the message with this film, from this film. This is about a right-wing extremist who is, and the extremism is increasing. And when you look at the world today with Donald Trump, who's a bully, and he's bullying his way to the top, and he's staying there, and he's not being a good role model. We need to say, we as artists and directors and scriptwriters, we need to lead the world in another direction, and we need to say what we think and how we feel about this theme. And I am so inspired by sitting in the back row here today to look at all these films and all these directors and actors, and they are really taking this responsibility really seriously. And I kind of like get a little bit hope for the future today, because it feels like we are now taking the responsibility and the possibility we have as artists to lead the world in the right direction.
And Thorborn, so we spoke a little bit backstage about this. We could always be in denial. We could always not show the terrorist. But at the same time, this guy is probably out there in one form or another all over the world. So just give me a sense of how you process this whole thing.
Yeah, when going into this, we, of course, portray real people. And I talked a lot with the man that I portray and with the family. And I asked him, how do you feel about that we show the face of the terrorist? Because it kind of is a way for him to express his views in a way. And again, and he said, and he was so clear on this, that it's so important that we face it and that we see it. And that the title of the book that Paul Greengrass based the script on is called One of Us. And he was. So we need to face that. And I'm really happy that we have all the survivors and all the families of them that kind of rips this up again. And it's really hurting for, but still they want to do it because they want to tell this story, not only in Norway, but to the world.
I'm sure you spend a lot of time with the family. Give us a sense as to what that's like and what your obligation was to them and how they felt about the results.
As an actor, you get into this part in a total different way than you usually do, because we go in with this so much respect, and we're not portraying them as persons, but we're telling their story, so it has to be right. They have to kind of feel that they can stand behind it. So it was a lot of respect that we came in with this. And Paul Greengrass has talked so much with the families, and we have the survivors' support on this, and that's really important.
The most important thing, as I understand, for the family is the message of this film. So how they're portrayed and those things is not that important. Most important thing is to tell the story about how dangerous the right-wing extremism is, and how if we are leaning backwards and don't care about how the world is developing, it will happen again and again and again. And we have a responsibility to tell this story, to get it out there, to make people understand that everyone has a responsibility online. When you see things that you respond to in a negative way, that you feel is wrong, you need to tell it. And we need to tell this message all over the world and not stop at all. That's the most important thing.